I'm going to be using the lowest rated FiveM scripts that I could possibly find. I've gone ahead and gone through a couple of websites and I've picked 5 different mods that we're going to test. Now, most of these mods aren't the worst rated, they're just the lowest rated. So it means that these mods are pretty much brand new. And today we're going to find out if you should actually be filtering by the lowest and the newest rated FiveM scripts to find scripts to your FiveM server, or if you should be actually going for the top rated, maybe some of the oldest scripts that are out there. Maybe by doing that, you're actually missing some of the golden hidden gems of FiveM scripts that are free for your FiveM server. We're going to be mixing it up a bit. So I've got a couple of map mods right here. We've got 2. We've got an EMS Picnic Spot map mod, and we've got LS Motorplex, which is pretty big. And then we've got a couple of scripts like a HUD and a death screen. And we've also got a custom vehicle right here. And yes, every single one of these scripts at the time of recording this video are indeed free. So you can very, very easily install them if you like the look of them. Okay, so first mod we're going to be installing is the EMS Picnic Spot. This is a pretty random one. I don't really know the point of it, but you can see there it says it provides a picnic area for EMS. And thanks to this location, medics can easily showcase their work and departments to the public. So I guess it sort of makes sense. It's sort of like a show thing for EMS in RP. Sounds pretty cool. It's a relatively new mod, hence the reason why it's not got many downloads or many ratings. It's only got 2 likes and 168 downloads, so it could be a really, really good hidden gem. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've downloaded it. I set up a basic Cubicle server. It's Cubicle because the next couple of mods that we'll need will indeed have to be Cubicle. But we're going to go ahead and install it, and it has got a single player version and a FiveM version, and it's very simple to install. So we're going to go into TX data, Cubicle, and then resources. We're going to make ourselves a new folder, and we'll just call it map mods, since we have got a couple more mods we need to install for maps. And we're going to go ahead and grab the folder EMS stands and drag and drop them into the map mods folder. From here, we're going to copy the name of our map mods folder, go back to our server.cfg, and of course, you guys already know what we're going to go ahead and do. We will ensure it in our server.cfg right here. We'll file and save, and I guess now we'll start the server on up and test our very first mod. Okay, good sign. The mod is running perfectly fine. If we give it a little restart, I don't really think we get any errors. Yeah, we get 0 errors. There's not even an oversized asset warning, so that is a really good start. Okay, and we're in game, and first things first, we've got no texture loss, and I'm in the area of where the map mod is. You can see right here, it is in Vinewood Hills, just off the left-hand side, at almost like the convention center. I have no idea what this is, but I guess that's sort of what it is. And you can see right here that it is exactly what it said on the GTA 5 mods website. It's just a couple of tents, and I guess it is literally like a display thing with like laptops like you'd have in real life. If, for example, the police department or the ambulance department, whatever, the EMS is doing some sort of show for the public, I can see how this is going to be a really, really good step for an RP server if they wanted to do some sort of event in order to get new people to apply to join the police departments and things like that, instead of just being civ. And you can see it's pretty much the same thing throughout. You know, we got different areas, like I guess it's some sort of dog shelter. Here we've got, I guess, EMS again. You know, you've got like some sort of hospital related things and like a bed here, or maybe like a morgue, I have no idea. And just over this wall, we've got even more tents, and you can see there are people like set up and sat down here. This one is empty, so maybe you can put vehicles here. That'd be pretty cool. And then, yeah, we got some people sat down, and I'm not sure the point of this. And yeah, some more medical people. I don't know the points of these bits, but yeah, that's the pretty much general idea. You've got like events set up, and you've got like hot dog stands for food. So I could see how this could be a really, really good thing for an RP server. And I've not actually seen someone do something like this before, so it's definitely different. And I feel like this could be a great event for an RP server. And this mod is really well optimized, and it's free. So fair play to the mod creator. I think this is definitely a hidden gem, and you guys should go check it out down in the description below and show the mod and the creator some love. Okay, and the next mod we're going to be installing is this vehicle right here, the Piston 963 LMDH something. It's an imported model from Assetto Corsa apparently, and of course it's low friendly to go with the new FiveM rules, but it's not got the best rating. It's got 1 vote, only 488 downloads, and the vote that someone gave it is 3.5 stars. I'm not entirely sure why. We're not going to look at comments because I don't want to ruin it, but you can see it's also got 5 likes, so it could be quite good. Okay, so first things first, on this mod creator's instructions for FiveM, they're really not the best, very not clear whatsoever. It does tell you where to navigate to in your server, but then it just says go to resources, go to your folder. Like, that makes 0 sense. It doesn't even say to drag and drop the scripts from the actual zip file into it. It just says that basically you make a folder, I guess, and then start the folder name. But if your folder was called your folder or something else, and you did start and then that's not going to start the script. So pretty sucky install instructions, I'm not going to lie. They definitely need to be changed. That makes no sense. And then also, if we go ahead and open up the download and we go into FiveM, what is this? Why is it set up like this? This is awful. Why do this? They're all individual scripts, and I guess they're all different variants imported from Assetto Corsa, because Assetto Corsa has different configurations. But rather than doing it as extras or liveries or whatever, it's completely different folders. I'm only going to install one because I literally cannot be bothered. But what we're going to go ahead and do is install the first one. Very, very simple to install. We'll just drag and drop it into our resources folder, and then we'll go ahead and ensure the folder name in our server.cfg, and then we'll load in game and see how good this vehicle is. Okay, so the script is running, which is good. So the vehicle obviously is going to work, but we have straight away got a warning for could not find vehicle layouts.meta, which means that he's probably used some sort of basic resource.lua, which should be an fxmanifest.lua by now. I don't know why he's using that outdated resources.lua. He's used a templated one, and he's not actually got a vehicle's layout.meta in it, so it's just not finding it. It's not the end of the world. And then straight away we do get a oversized asset warning. Again, not the end of the world, and it really doesn't cause too much of a difference, but obviously there is not much effort in order to compress the vehicle files to make sure that they are nice and optimized. But let's go ahead, load in game, and see what it's like. Okay, so we've spawned in, and all we need to do now is go ahead and spawn in the car. So we'll do that using the TX admin menu right here, and we'll see what it's like. So we'll go ahead, spawn, use the vehicle code, which is POR963, because obviously, if you guys didn't know already, this is a Porsche in real life, which has been made to be law friendly, and it wouldn't surprise me if we spawn it in and it's still got Porsche brands. We'll submit it, we'll spawn it in, and there we go. It is in. Yeah, I mean, it works. We've got absolutely 0 vehicle sounds. I'm pretty sure this car is not electric. Yeah, it can't be electric if it's got gears, so just the vehicle sounds aren't working, and the interior is okay. The hands definitely are not synced with the steering wheel, you can see right here, so not the best. But the car is really, really quick, as you can see. It literally just takes off, almost like it is electric. It's very weird. But yeah, 0 engine sounds, you guys can probably hear that. And I guess the lights probably all work fine. Yeah, the lights are okay. And doesn't seem like we've got any indicators though, which I guess sort of makes sense on a race car. But you can see, like I said earlier, yeah, hasn't even gone through the effort to remove the Porsche branding. Even though on the FiveM mods website, it's labeled it as Pista, it is indeed not one. So the efforts to change this to law friendly ain't the best, and this would still get you in trouble with FiveM if you had it on your public FiveM server. So I'd really recommend probably not installing this script, since half of it doesn't really work. You can even see I'm clipping there through seat on the interior. It's okay, it's not the best. Honestly, you can get far better out there, and I think for vehicles, you are definitely better off going for the most downloaded and top rated ones rather than the newest and the lowest rated ones. Okay, and the next script we're going to go ahead and install is a script, not a map mod, not a vehicle. It is a genuine free script, and this one is a custom death screen for Cubicore, which is perfect since we are on the Cubicore framework, and this one does look pretty cool indeed, especially for a free mod. So we're going to go ahead and install it, see what it's like. Hopefully this one is pretty good, and we might have found a good old hidden gem. So this is really simple to install. You can see right here, we've just got a folder which contains our script files, and it's called tech death screen -main. So we're going to simply drag and drop this into our resources folder. We're going to delete the main bit on the end since we do not need that. We're going to copy the folder name, find our server.cfg, and we're going to ensure it, but we're going to make sure we do it after our QB folder, because otherwise our default death screen and how Cubicore handles it by default is probably going to override it. So we'll make sure to ensure it afterwards. File, save, close it on down, start our server on up, we'll load into our server, and I guess we'll go ahead and die and see what the screen is like. And as we can see, as we start the server on up, the script is running well. If we give it a restart, There are no errors, which is perfect, so it should mean this is going to run really well. Okay, so we're in game, and now it is time to test that new death screen script, which hopefully we should do by spawning right at the top of Mount Chiliad. I think this is a pretty quick way to die. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is launch ourselves off the cliff and see what this death screen is like. And we have indeed died, and you can see our death screen has appeared. Now it does seem to be glitching a little bit. I think that's because of all the movement, so maybe we gave it a little bit of a half try, but you can see right here that the death screen itself actually looks really cool. We've got a working beats per minute in the top right here. Obviously I don't think that's going to be syncing to anything, but it does actually have like a dynamic feel to it. We've got a "you are dead" screen, we've got a scrolling thing right here, we've got a bunch of different icons right there, and it's got really cool text, which I'm guessing you can probably customize. And then right here we can spawn in a hospital, go to a hospital in a couple of seconds, or we can call emergency services, and all of this does seem to actually sync and work really well, nice and easily to Cubicle. So obviously what we'd have to go ahead and do is wait for EMS or wait for the option to be able to respawn. Yeah, this is actually a really well made script. It looks really good, and for a free script with very little downloads or ratings, I definitely recommend this one. This is definitely a hidden gem that you guys should check out. I'll leave it down in the description below. Okay, and the next script we're going to go ahead and install is a free Cubicle HUD, which actually looks pretty cool. The decals and the loading and everything like that looks really the script actually looks really well made, a nice UI, and the graphics for the actual script page on the forums look really nice and well made too, so this should be a quite well made script. It's not got many downloads. It was only released I think 4 hours ago at the time of recording this video, so that's probably why. So maybe at the time of watching this video it might be doing really well already, but let's go ahead and install it. I think this one is unfortunately escrowed, so you can't really like customize it to your own liking, which I understand from mod creator's perspective, but what we'll go ahead and do is we'll download it from the mod creator's Tebex and we'll put it in game and see what it's like. Okay, and we've downloaded the mod and we're going to go ahead and install it. This one I'm guessing is very simple to install, but it does require a little extra step. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to delete the old Cubicle HUD first, since I don't want it to mess with anything. So we'll just delete that out of here. Go back to our resources, drag and drop it into our resources folder, and again, as always, copy this folder name, store it in our server.cfg, and load the server on up. Okay, and as always, a common theme in this video, the script has loaded perfectly fine, no issues, and is running good. We're going to give it a little restart, see if there's any errors in our live console, and there is not, which is also a good sign. So now it's time to load in game and see what it's like. Okay, and we've gone ahead and spawned in, and the HUD itself looks pretty good. I did have to disable the thing where basically when I have an ultra-wide monitor, it makes everything like go to 1920 by 1080. I disabled that because usually that actually fixes these problems, and it caused a problem, and I've disabled it and it seems to have sort of fixed it and sort of not. You can see the HUD for some reason is absolutely massive, and the player location display in the bottom right hand corner here is still visible, and it really doesn't line up with anything. I don't like how big the HUD is, and I don't like the fact that it says the mod creator's name in the top right hand corner with their logo. I'm guessing you can change that, benefit of the doubt. I haven't really looked, but I'm assuming you can in the config.lua. But I really don't like how massive the HUD is on the left hand side there, and again, the map mod doesn't line up whatsoever. Okay, so there we go. I've gone ahead and disabled the radar or the map in game, and it looks a lot better. The map is gone, so maybe it's just not designed to have that. Either way, I still think it should be an option to be able to have it enabled, and if it is enabled, it should work and look pretty good. So it's a bit disappointing that that doesn't work, but the rest of the mod itself, the interface does look really good. I do like the speedometer. I just wish it was a little bit smaller. So maybe the mod creator needs to optimize it a bit more for ultra-wide monitors rather than just 1920 by 1080. But even when I had it on those settings, it still looked a little bit messed up. So I think that this has really good potential, and I think you guys should definitely check it out down in the description below. I'm sure the mod creator is going to update it and fix these issues, etc. So I definitely would give them the benefit of the doubt, considering this has literally been out for 4 hours and it is free, so you really cannot complain. So be sure to check it out down in the description below, and let's move on to our last, final, and maybe one of the biggest free mods and lowest rated mods that we've got to install this video. And the last and final, and maybe the biggest free and lowest rated mod we've got to install is this one right here, the LS Motorplex map. This is relatively new. It was uploaded 6 days ago. It hasn't got many ratings, but I'm sure it's maybe had a couple of downloads, and it does look really cool, and it also looks absolutely massive. So I think this might cause a couple of issues when we load it in game, or it might not. It depends how well optimized it is, but it does indeed look like a really cool map doing some motor racing. So I guess the only thing we have left to do is download it, put it in game, launch in, and see what it's like. Okay, so we've downloaded the mod from the guys Tebex. We've got it right here, and it looks like a really simple install, literally just a drag and drop. So I guess that's what we're going to go ahead and do. We'll go into TX data, cubicle resources, and we'll just drag and drop it into that map mods folder we made earlier, and we won't even need to ensure it. Okay, so first things first, as always, we've got to test it is running nice and fine. You can see right here it's launched up when we start our server, which is a good sign. If we give it a restart and we go to live console, you can see right here it's got a couple of asset warnings for the size, which is not the best. Maybe it could be optimized, so it does make me think when we load in game we might get a little bit of lag and text loss. But let's load in game, see if we can find the map mod in the first place, and I guess just test it. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've no clipped over to where I thought it was by judging on the comment section. I'm not sure if he does say in a readme or something like that where it is, but I had to look in the comment section for it, maybe make it a little bit clearer on the mods page. But you can see right here it is near the port of Los Santos, and you can see there is actually a road going to it, so you don't even need a TP to it. You can just drive straight to it, which is pretty cool, and is a big old long bridge. But you can see that this map mod is absolutely massive, and you can also see that my game isn't lagging whatsoever, and that is me loading in everything right now. So that's pretty impressive. So I guess we'll just drop on in and we'll see what it's like. Okay, so we are in the mod, and it does look pretty good. It looks pretty well made. There's no texture loss. Everything seems to be pretty solid and things like that. There is maybe just a couple of bugs, like that looks really thin for some reason. Like it doesn't, yeah, that needs to be fixed. Like this edge right here, that makes no sense. But you can see that we've got a really long drag strip with some lights and things like that. The grass texture, unfortunately, is pretty sucky. You can see there's not really any grass. It's just like a flat texture, which is not the best. It does look pretty Gmod-like, but maybe that is literally just for optimization, since if it did had grass to load in, it probably would break our game. But you can see that it does look really good. One thing to note is I think these trees look a little bit fake. They could have maybe been done with a little bit of organization to make them look a little less just lined up in a row, but maybe that's the vibe the guy was going for. And then apart from the drag strip, we've got almost like a demolition derby circle dirt track, which looks really cool. And again, unfortunately, we've got quite a flat texture on the floor, which is constantly repeating. You can see it's the same texture, just repeating over and over again. And you can see even more this time, the low quality texture for the grass on the floor. So hopefully the mod creator can change that in a little bit of time. You can also see there where the bank sort of curves, there is not a nice natural curve. It's pretty straight line cut, which isn't the best. But apart from that, it's actually a really cool map mod, and I definitely recommend installing this one. This is really cool, especially for free. And I'm sure a lot of you guys probably don't care about what I've been telling you guys about the map mods and the textures and stuff like that. You guys probably actually care about the map mod itself, and it is really well made. But yeah, you guys can see that this map mod is absolutely massive. We've even got some mountains here. I'm not sure if this is meant for you to be able to interact with, maybe go off-roading and stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't really look like it since there's no roads there. But you can see here the drag script does look really cool, and the trees are actually not as straight as I thought. You can see he sort of just gave up and just like planted them in a row and a row and a row and a row, but then some places he did dot them around. A couple of dead trees. I do just wish that maybe the grass textures were different and it wasn't so straight cut. You can see it goes up the bank here and then straightway flat. It would be nice if it had a bit of elevation and it wasn't so cut straight like that. But I'll give it to the mod creator. This is a really well made mod, especially for free. So definitely go down in the description below, download this one and show the mod creator some love and use it for your community. I reckon this could be a great place to do some RP. So I think we found in this video that almost all the mods that we tested, besides maybe just the one vehicle mod, it's definitely worth going by the newest mods available to you and the lowest rated mods available to you, since lowest rated doesn't mean worst rated, and because they're new, it means that probably no one has found them yet. So it means they're probably quite slept on. So I definitely would recommend doing that for your FiveM server and giving a go some of the new and lower rated FiveM scripts, because I think they could actually surprise you.